Hi Taylor, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Doing good. How's your day going?
Good. It's going pretty well. I had an early run this morning, and then, yeah, just relaxing the rest of the day pretty much. So,
Nice, nice. How have you been?
how about you?
I've been pretty good. Yeah, I
Uh,
just woke up like an hour ago. So yeah,
oh, nice.
washed up and
Yeah,
got ready for this interview. How have you
good,
been
yeah.
overall?
Yeah, I've been good. I've been running a lot, just kind of getting back into the swing of things and just training. I can finally train with my coach
Nice.
again, which is really exciting. So I'm back with my coach, Coach Mo, and yeah, so it's been great. I'm happy to be just like running all the time. That's pretty much what I'm doing right now. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, thank you so much for taking time for this interview. I really appreciate it. Mhm.
yeah. No, thank you so much for setting this up. I'm
For
really
sure.
excited for it.
My
So
pleasure.
yeah.
So, yeah, I just want to first start off the interview just asking you just where you born and where you from.
Mhm. So I was born actually just in Colorado. So I'm from Colorado. I've lived here my whole life, pretty much in the same neighborhood. We moved houses, but in the same neighborhood. Very close to the Boulder area, which is of course known for its running community. Yeah, near the Flatirons, the mountains, and whatnot. But yeah, Colorado.
Nice, nice. Oh, yeah, how's your trip up to the mountains?
Oh, it was good. Yeah. So Winter Park is pretty close to my house, so it's only about 2 hours away, which is pretty close compared to
Nice.
some of the other mountain towns.
Mhm.
Which is nice. It's accessible, and there's a lot of trails up there, so it was great. Got to do a lot of mountain biking. I love to mountain bike, so yeah.
Nice, nice. Has your training been quite different, like from the like kind of when it started, like the shutdown quarantine and towards right now?
Yes, I think. Well, I was lucky enough to be able to train throughout quarantine because we have a lot of public tracks in the area, or not public, they're just
Mhm.
kind of open to the public, so they're
Oh,
not really
nice.
fenced in, including my schools. So we were kind of able to cautiously sneak on there, and I was able to do some workouts and runs, and be socially distanced from
Mhm.
my teammates, a couple of them. So it wasn't a terrible, just like extremely lonely quarantine
Mhm.
experience, which I understand was a different situation for a lot of people. But yeah, so I was training pretty much a similar schedule to what I'm doing now, however, at a little bit less of an intensity, of course,
Uh-huh.
without just like the atmosphere and
Right.
my coach being around. Yeah, so.
Have you notched down like the mileage and just different plans for training wise, or like especially like getting closer to during the fall, maybe not cross country season happening. So like, are you still like still training, like just a normal summer training for cross country?
Yeah, so I tend to have lower mileage in general anyway,
Hmm. Oh, okay.
because I just like to. I think it works better for me,
Right.
especially since I transfer almost completely over to sprints in the track season, which
Oh,
is
okay.
different from a lot of my teammates. It's either kind of distance or cross country to distance in track,
Right.
but for me, I go all the way down to the 200. So yeah, I think it's important to really try to maintain those fast twitch muscles, so I don't have that much mileage. I would say it actually decreased since quarantine because it was just like, what else was I supposed to do?
Hmm.
I just kind of added some more miles in, but not too much. So yeah.
Got it. Yeah, I realize like a lot of especially like top female runners, like majority of them like are low mileage but high intensity, and but some of them are just high mileage as well, in both.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Depends on the person. Yeah.
right, exactly. Mhm. How's
Mm-hmm.
like quarantine life at home for you?
It's been good. Yeah, I just been hanging out with my family more, which is nice because we've been able to take time to um, like go up to the mountains and
Mhm.
whatnot, and I've gotten to spend some quality time with my dog too, which
Oh,
is
nice.
so, yeah,
That's cool.
yeah. But it's been okay. Definitely, um, this whole pandemic affected everyone in a different way, and I think us as track runners we should consider ourselves lucky that it only just affected like our running, which is a big part of our lives.
Mhm.
But I think obviously it affected everyone in a different way. So just being able to still go run
Mhm.
and not being necessarily taken away. Um, because of quarantine, I think that was just helpful for sure. So being able to go out for a run when I needed to was nice.
Nice, nice. And what type of dog do you have?
She's a mutt.
Oh,
She's
okay.
an Australian Shepherd mix.
Oh, cool.
I got her when I was 5, so she's getting a little, she's
Oh, wow.
kind of getting older, slowing down a little bit, but she's still super healthy and active, despite her age.
Mhm.
So yeah, we had a good time.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
And how did you get into running? And what is your story?
So, okay, I played soccer when I was younger, as a lot of
Right,
kids
exactly.
did, of course. But when I was 11, my dad brought me into a road race, a 5K, which is like, let's just do this for fun, because he used to run, and he
Oh,
liked
cool.
just kind of running for leisure, for fun. And yeah, so I did a road race, and I ended up really enjoying it, just that road race 5K atmosphere is a lot of fun, especially as a kid to be around. And then from there, I just continued running. Started doing track, so I did all the USATF, that circuit, when I was younger and in middle school. And then on from there, just I met my coaches at Iowa and loved the community. And yeah, and now I'm doing track for them and going into my senior year, which is crazy. But yeah.
Nice, nice. What would you say is like the biggest thing that changed you and like taught you from your experience from running?
I think I had a really bad pre-race anxiety when I was younger. So I think coming into it like Niwot and such a supportive community and just coming to the realization that it really should be the focus of running itself is on self-improvement as well as it's supposed to be really fun, right? And I wasn't viewing it as that. It was just it was kind of unhealthy stress for a while. So being able to finally overcome that and just really just dive into my team and just be surrounded by my amazing teammates and coaches really helps just like to understand like the camaraderie of the sport is the most important thing and that nothing else should matter. You shouldn't put pressure on yourself or anything like that. Because as long as you run hard and have fun, everyone's going to be proud of you. So I think that's my biggest takeaway for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Like that's huge, especially for like nerves and it's everybody. I think everybody gets nerves, but like,
everyone
but I think
gets nervous.
certain people like just struggle more with it and have more anxiety and nerves that they deal with. Yeah, what was like the tipping point for you and like overcoming that and dealing with that nerves and the mental side of it?
Yeah, so it was actually after it was my sophomore year that I finally was able to just take control of it. So I had been dealing with it for about 4 years, and it was really bad. And I just, nothing that anyone around me did really help me, and I think I finally just realized that I needed to take initiative and I needed to try to fix it. So I think it's just like focusing more on, not focusing on the outcome, but focusing on like the process and like you can only do the best that you can possibly do for that day, right? And just the team. I think that's the biggest thing too. It's just like how supportive they are, how loving and everything. Finally helped me overcome it for sure.
Got it. Well, would you say like that's like a big thing that kind of like would you say that kind of changed like how you race and the way you performed?
It was a huge difference. It's not that I lost my nerve. I still get nervous,
Sure.
but I was just able to channel the energy in a different way. And focus more on the excitement rather than the unease and the tension and the worry and whatnot. So I just started enjoying it so much more. It's not that I hadn't liked track before. I just really, really disliked competing up until that point. So once I really just was like, wow, this is so much fun. And now that I can just like, I wasn't putting pressure on myself. Nobody was putting pressure on me. Or if I heard something, it was just like, in one ear out the other, just like, oh, whatever, I'll do my best, right? And I think I really was able to excel from there. And yeah, like I said, if you enjoy it, then and have the passion for the sport, then it becomes just so much easier just to put your heart into it and run as fast as you can or as fast as you want to. So yeah.
Sure. That was interesting what you mentioned, when you're starting off, just mentioned that like you didn't look forward or enjoy the races. That's interesting
Mm-hmm.
because like I know some teammates that enjoy training more than races, which is interesting. But like for me, like definitely like races is the thing I look towards to, and like sometimes training like man it's so tough like during the season just to grind and I don't like in so much pain, but the races are the best
Sure.
part. So yeah.
Of course, yeah. And I think that's kind of switched for me now too. It's just like during the track season, I love being at practice and stuff like that. But I just when I'm at a meet, it's just like I'm a fish in water. It's just like that's my home. That's where I feel comfortable. It's just the excitement of it all. Yeah, for sure. So I get that shift too because before it was just like I would dread the meets so much and get nervous. And I think that surprises people knowing me now when they hear that I had really bad anxiety for when it came to mostly pre-race. But yeah, it was. I think it surprises some people because now it's like such a difference, and I'm just probably like the happiest person on the beat, and they always come to me for advice now, which is great. I can just help people through their nerves, especially if they're beginners or if it's a big race. And so yeah. So it's been a process to be able to come to the point that I can actually help people with their anxiety and I don't have to worry about mine anymore, right? So yeah. So it's been a process, but great outcome for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome. Just using your experience and something that you dealt with just to pay it forward and just helping others from your experience.
Yeah.
So did that start from freshman year? From the nerves and just
Sorry?
like did the big nerves and just the thing that you struggle with, did that start like freshman year with like the race environment and the hype?
It had been throughout middle school too.
Oh,
Whenever
okay.
I went to the big JOs or USATF meets, I'd probably start crying before my races. I was young at the time, of course, but so I just wasn't enjoying it very much. Or I just, of course, after the race, I was all happy. I was like, "Wow, that was a good race," or "Oh, that was a terrible race." But like now that it's over, I'm good. Like I don't have to worry about it anymore.
Right.
But I think coming into the high school environment where the competition obviously amps up a little bit. Then I started to deal with it more my freshman year. But then sophomore year, I finally something clicked in cross country and in track, and because I just after freshman year, I just really was like, wow, I love doing this so much, and if only I could get out of my own way, then it could be a lot better. And yeah, so probably throughout middle school.
That's awesome. So you had so much great experience, from just running with NXN, Brooks Pure, Nike Elite Camp, and just winning a couple state as well. What would you say is like the biggest highlight so far in your high school running career?
There's definitely a lot of great experiences that I've had, and I'm very lucky to be able to travel and just go to those amazing events and experiences. But I think the most proud I've been was with my team at NXN this past year.
Oh, nice.
When we ended up getting third. That was just an amazing moment because we had worked so hard in cross country. And we had gotten third in our region, which was a very disappointing finish for us. But we were able to turn it around being ranked because we were ranked almost last, I think, in the meet at NXN because we had gotten third in the region. And come back and get third in the nation, I think we surprised a lot of people, and that was just cherry on top, so it was exciting.
It's awesome. So there was a part of this certain time during the season, like during just that long grind and that long training, and sometimes you feel like, man, like I don't want to go for this run or workout or do this, and just want to rest and just kind of having that feeling of kind of being burned out. I was wondering, like, have you experienced that? If so, like, how did you overcome and deal with that mentally?
Yeah, everybody deals with that, obviously, and
Right.
it's definitely hard at times, but I think what helps me is just looking ahead and at what's to come, like the possibilities. But most importantly, it's just like looking to your teammates who are also working hard or getting through it, and supporting who are going to support you no matter what. So as long find just like a group of people that are going to be there for you, and that you'll be there for them in your hardest times, of course, or just when you're when you kind of run out of steam a little bit, you're not feeling it as much, right? So yeah, just looking forward to future events as well. Just kind of supporting your teammates, I think, is really helpful when you have that dread for running for a little bit, those periods of just like downs. Yeah.
For sure. What are some of your goals that you want to accomplish, for the rest of the high school?
Well, I'm not very goal oriented. I
Okay.
don't really take pen and paper and kind of write things out. And I think that's part of the things, one of the things that helps me with my pre-race anxiety is that I don't like have to achieve this or
Okay.
else I feel like a failure or something like that. So I definitely have some kind of in the back of my mind, like, oh, that'd be super cool.
Right.
But if it doesn't happen, I'm not going to be disappointed in myself. I guess one that's kind of out in the open is I'm really hoping to qualify for trials for the next summer. That would be amazing. But yeah, a lot of work to do, but I'm excited for the process for sure.
Nice, nice. That's awesome. Great goals. What would you say is like the biggest thing that you want to learn and get out of from high school running?
Sorry, say that again?
What is the biggest thing that you want to learn and get out of from high school running?
Well, I think I've learned a lot from the people around me since I began my journey at Iowa High. But yeah, I think one of the biggest things, I talk about team a lot, and that's because it's extremely important to me.
For sure.
Throughout middle school, I really had nobody to run with, and just coming into this environment, like, wow, like there's so many people I can run with, and who share the same passions and lifestyles and whatnot. I think it's just like the biggest thing I'm going to take out of high school running is just the camaraderie and just the memories and experiences that I've had with them, both good and bad. I think they've shaped me to be better because I'm surrounded by just like-minded people and people with big dreams, I guess.
Sure. Yeah, likewise. I definitely agree with you. Just like in terms of just running, I think the best part is just like the community and just the team aspect of it, especially in cross country, which makes running such a great sport as well, and something that's like
sure.
different from other sports, just the community, for sure.
Definitely.
What kind of legacy do you want to leave behind as a high school runner?
Oh gosh, it's hard to think about that I'm going to be a senior, kind of skipping my junior track season. Just it doesn't feel like I should be a senior, right? But so I haven't really thought about that. I think I definitely want to leave behind a legacy that I was a good team leader and that just a person who supported everybody and was just in love with the sport, which is how I feel like I am like in love with the sport. I just enjoy it so much, I guess. And just I think the easiest, I guess, kind of my motto or the thing I like to say to myself if I'm getting nervous or something is to run hard and have fun no matter what. That's, I think, the most important thing, and I try to tell people that too. So yeah, I think that's important to me. Run hard and have fun in a way.
For sure.
But yeah, as for legacy, I don't know yet. I guess still figuring it out, but yeah.
I'm really curious and wonder, like, for your training in terms of, cross country and transitioning to track, and you're doing sprints and middle distance, and later after that transitioning to back, to longer distance. How is that?
Sure, yeah. So it's obviously a big shift because I actually changed coaches entirely too. I have my cross country coach, Coach Christensen, and then my track coach, Coach Mo. So I work with Coach Mo for the indoor and outdoor track seasons, and that outdoor track season oftentimes goes late into the summer, which is when I'm used to. So I tend to start cross country training really late. I think last year I started about a month before the official season started.
Oh, wow.
But I know that was more than the year before. I think I started 2 days into when cross country started.
Right.
So it definitely, I have a longer transition, but it ends up working out for me because I have less mileage And then I feel like I'm able to peak at the right time, especially since I'm not running distance year round. So yeah.
Got it. And I'm curious, like, what are some of your thoughts on like the media attention, as a high school student and athlete, and just like after a race, like, I guess like every single time just getting interviewed and just with all the attention and media and just like articles and just a lot of attention on you in terms of the
Sure.
season.
Yeah, I don't really think about it that much. It's really cool, obviously, just like my dad will be like, Taylor, you're on Colorado Miles Fit or something like that. Oh, really? It's just like, it's cool to be able to see that. And oftentimes I'm named with my teammates, and so we always are just like, wow, it's going to be such an exciting season. And so, yeah, I think it's cool to be able to be in that spotlight. I think as long as you just it's a positive 100%. So as long as people don't crumble under that pressure in a way, then I think it's really neat for sure.
Got it.
So,
What is it like in like kind of like the feeling and your thoughts of like getting asked for like pictures or like just interaction?
oh, I don't. Not many people ask me for pictures,
Oh,
and
okay.
I think it's because I feel like I'm really scary when I'm when I'm at a track meet
Got
because
it.
I'm 6 foot
All
and I
right.
get really in the zone, so I kind of just have this like really mean face, for sure. But yeah, it's pretty cool. There's just that feeling that people are possibly just watching me a little bit from a distance, and I like that feeling. It's just like, oh, I just want to run fast. I want to be able to put on a show, and yeah. So it's very neat, but yeah.
Cool. Nice. Have you faced any adversity in life or any like big low point in running? And if so, like, what did you do to overcome that, and what did you learn during that season of time?
Sure, there's definitely ups and downs for everyone, of course, and I don't think I've had like a single just like moment of just like adversity that I had to overcome. There's just like those little things, and I think probably the biggest one would be just my anxiety. So yeah, it just takes work. It takes time. Like I said, people are gonna have their ups and downs. Everybody goes through them. Every runner goes through them. So yeah, it's just like I said before, to just turn to your teammates for help. They'll be more than happy to, I'm sure. So.
Yeah, so during this like unprecedented time and just like being a junior and having your junior season canceled and maybe your senior year and not being able to show your full potential, being able to accomplish more, like what kind of effect did that have on your recruitment process or like yeah, how's that going?
Sure, yeah, I was pretty lucky that it didn't affect my recruitment process too much because I ran fast times my sophomore year.
Right.
So I think I got really lucky with that, and I took my SAT before my junior year. So that was definitely just beneficial during this time, I guess. But yeah, so it's weird, kind of how the recruitment process is going along for sure. But I'm lucky to have it not really affected that much, so that was good.
I was wondering like if you ran faster times in the future, like would it affect like scholarship wise or just like how much money you get?
I don't really know yet because everything's kind of slowed a little bit because colleges are trying to figure out this whole situation.
Right.
Recruiting in a pandemic, and I'm trying to figure out navigating the recruitment process for the first time. I don't know what I'm really doing that much. So I guess I'm not really sure. I don't know if that would have affected anything or not. Yeah, still figuring things out.
Got it. What are some colleges that you're interested in?
I have like a top 5 probably. So I've been talking to, let's see here, Oregon, Michigan, Princeton, Stanford, and probably Vanderbilt would be my top 5.
Okay, nice. So are you looking for more like yeah? What are you looking for specifically? Like more a middle distance team or just like overall, just like distance and middle for cross country.
Yeah, sure. Well, I love all of the events pretty much, but I think my favorite would definitely have to be the mid distance kind of area, 400, 800 mile. So I think probably more of a focus on that, but I think just like the team atmosphere of cross country itself is enough to make me want to do it, even though I would say that's probably not my favorite out of track and cross. But yeah.
Got it. Do you know what you want to major in, or not yet?
I don't. I'm interested in a lot of things, and it's kind of hard to narrow things down. But I would say my favorite subject in school is biology. So it'd be really cool to go into something. So that's a huge, broad subject, but to go into something like that would be really interesting. I also love journalism and traveling, so that'd be really cool. But yeah, still figuring it out. I'm not quite sure yet.
Nice. Who's your inspiration in life?
I think there are definitely a lot of people who have just inspired me and just kind of, I guess, supported me throughout my whole career, and that's been so helpful. But it's hard to name one person. Like my dad, who got me into running, he's always supported me through everything. And my coaches, Coach Mo, has just like always been there. I see him every day, and I've just have such a great bond with him, and just working together to try to be faster is awesome. And my teammates, they're also inspiring. They work so hard. So it's just like I always want to make them proud, all of them.
Nice. I was wondering, like, all the people, from your coaches and just all the elite runners and like pro runners you met, like at Brooks or like at Nike Elite Camp or NXN. What would you say was the biggest advice that really stuck to to you, and that you really that really hit you and moved you?
Yeah, I think just being considered and being able to run with girls who work so hard and are so talented has been amazing. Every time, or when I got invited to like Nike Elite Camp in Brooks, I was just like, wow, really? They want me to come and be with those people who you see like on miles all the time and whatnot. So I thought that's just super cool, and being able to pick their brain and see how they work and how they train, and have a respect for like their training and what they do and their mindset and whatnot. So yeah, it's definitely, there's just lots of different moments from those things that have just been really neat. I wouldn't say there's like one thing specifically, but yeah.
Got it. Yeah, what was the highlight from Nike Elite Camp?
Nike Elite Camp. Well, the entire thing itself was pretty amazing. I don't think I could pick one thing. It's just, even though it was just a few days together, I think all of us really bonded, and we had such an amazing time, and Nike just did such an amazing job making it kind of like a dream like situation.
Right.
So it was all amazing, and to be able to talk to the pro athletes and walk around Nike's campus, and so it was pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks like a dope experience, especially like looking from the highlight video of that runner space made. Looks really cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Yeah, I just come from the Czech Republic. My family's from there. I spent about a month there,
awesome.
And I had taken a month off when I got the invite for it, and I was like, oh, I haven't been running. All these girls are going to be so much faster than me, so I came into it just a tad bit slow. But it was just a great kickstart to the season, just like being able to take all the amazing information I got from there and just run with it.
So it didn't affect you too much? Like, it wasn't that hard just keeping up and doing the workout and the race?
It was challenging, I have to say. I think I had been running for about a week and a half by the time I got there, after taking a month off.
Oh, dang.
So it was definitely tough, but it's just the excitement of it, I think, really helps to just, I was just enjoying myself so much that I didn't really think about it too much. But yeah.
Do you normally take a month off during the summer?
Yeah, I usually around a month, because my indoor and outdoor season is so long too.
Got it.
I think I ended my track season last year. I don't know when Brooks was.
So June.
Yeah, it was probably mid or end of June. So running since January, that was a lot, and I think my body was really starting to feel it. I was having a lot of just like pains that were I had been ignoring for too long. So it was just after Brooks, I was just like, okay. Like my coach agreed to just like take a month off.
Dang, it's a lot.
And it wasn't like I wasn't active or anything.
Right.
Of course, I have two younger cousins and a cousin my age, all girls. So we definitely just messed around and had fun. So yeah.
Nice. What's your favorite part of the culture of Czech?
Oh, I love the Czech Republic, just all of it. So yeah, my mom's from there. So we talk Czech around the house. And I'm fluent, so that's definitely helpful when we go over there. And I'm just able to really just kind of dive into the culture while I'm there. But yeah, I think it's definitely the highlight of my year. Every time we are able to go with my mom back to visit my family and my grandparents and my aunt's family. So yeah, I just love it in general. I think it's a beautiful place.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. I got a friend who's from Czech as well, and it looks really beautiful. I just definitely want to visit there, for sure.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. So it's amazing. I think a lot of people end up going to Prague when they're there, but my family's from Brno, which is the second largest city. It's closer to Vienna probably. And Brno is really pretty, but yeah, I think Prague is definitely the place to go if you're traveling.
Got it. Do you speak mainly Czech or both, Czech and English?
So I speak more English than I speak Czech.
Okay.
It's just kind of, my dad doesn't speak Czech, so it's around the house it's English. Or my mom will talk to me in Czech and I'll respond in English. I think that's how it works around the house. But yeah, I am fluent, but I get really rusty. So whenever we go back, it's just always like, I don't think I said that right, or just like the conjugation wasn't good there. But yeah. So.
Yeah. I'm Korean, and it's kind of like same with. I'm not fluent though, but my parents like speak Korean, so like I try to speak more Korean and try to like work on my Korean when I communicate with my parents, because they communicate with me mainly, I think 90% in Korean, so I try to respond back in Korean, but it's hard.
It does, yeah. It's so much easier just to go in English, especially if they like our parents understand it. Then yeah, but yeah, I get how it is.
Sure. Do you have a favorite? Is this a favorite Czech food, or is there a certain type?
Yes, I love Czech food. I really like schnitzel, just fried chicken. And,
oh, nice. I heard about that.
But
I heard about that.
Yeah, that's the German. Schnitzel is the German word for it, but in Czech it's Zizek. That's what it's called. But yeah, it's just like a really just thin piece of fried chicken, and it's had with this like Czech potato salad often, or what else? We have fries with it, potatoes, and yeah, so that's probably my favorite. Another one is goulash. That's a big one in Czech too. So.
Dang,
yeah.
Sounds good. Make me hungry and even eat breakfast.
I know. Oh no. Yeah,
cool.
highly recommend.
Nice. Sounds good. Going back to running, doing like asking you about like the highlight of asking you about like elite camp. But how about for like Brooks PR and like NXN?
Say that again. Sorry.
Yeah, I was wondering what would you say is the highlight for Brooks PR and NXN for you? The biggest takeaway.
Sure. Yeah. Brooks was really exciting to be able to be invited to that because my family just watches track all the time, so we'd always watch Brooks PR and be like, "Whoa, that's so cool!
Right.
Like maybe you'll run there one day, Taylor." And I'm always like, "Oh yeah, we'll see about that." And then I actually got invited last year, and that was amazing. So that was a fun experience, and I think it was probably the least nervous I had been for a race.
Oh, okay.
In a while, which was surprising because it was probably the biggest one of the year. And I think having run at Music City a couple of weeks prior and running a good time there just helped. And just like Brooks PR was just the final race of the season, and I just wanted to run fast and was looking forward to my break probably too. But yeah, so that was a great experience, and just how Brooks hyped it up and created kind of this just amped up environment. Really, just it propels athletes just to run fast. So I think it's called Brooks PR for a reason, right?
For sure, yeah.
So, and yeah, and NXN, completely different experience, but with my teammates. So but still the same amount of just adrenaline and excitement. So yeah, both races are amazing for sure.
What would you say you had a better experience at NXN or Brooks?
I had a better race at Brooks for sure because I ran the 800, and that's more my event than cross country is. But NXN this year was just crazy because of how wet it was.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It was freezing. I don't think I've ever been so cold
Yeah,
in
it's really
my
cool.
life after I finished that race. Yeah, it was about I think 35 with like wind
Right.
and rain. Yeah, and so the boys had run before us. Therefore, it was a lot muddier
Yeah.
than it would have been. And usually, I get put in the front of our team's box because I'm able to kind of get out right off the gun. I got boxed in, and so that was weird. Usually, I'm out towards the front of the pack. My teammate Sammy and I were back in like hundreds at the start, and that was not good. So her and I just, as soon as it opened up a little bit, just sprinted as fast as we could to try to get up there. And I think that move early in the race really helped put us in the position that we were in, because we were second for a while. And I had no idea during the race how we were doing. I had no idea. Because Sammy went out in front of me. She disappeared. I wasn't able to hang on with her. And so I was running by myself, and it turns out my teammate Luca had been running about 50 meters behind me the entire time. So she was just, we were really close to each other, but we didn't know. Or she saw me, but we were running the exact same pace, and we just kind of, it had taken her the course of the entire race to finally get to me. So yeah, it was just a crazy experience, and I think with about, I would say, a mile to go, I saw my coach, and he was screaming at us, and he was like, "Taylor, we're in second." And that's when I was like, what? I had no idea. I honestly had no idea. So we could have been in second or 30th because I just didn't know. Or not 30th, they're not 30th, but we could have been in the back of the pack. And yeah, so that just made me run so much faster, and I was like, no way. And I burst of energy, started running faster, trying to pass more people, so we kind of maintained that spot. It ended up the third place team had one girl that passed out just a ton of people within the last mile. And they were able to get in front of us, but that didn't matter at that point. We were just so happy with our effort and how hard we worked, and that we were able to be on the podium at NXN. So all good memories from there, for sure.
It's cool. Yeah, definitely the weather and the course, I think it was the worst, right?
It was probably the craziest race I've ever run, because in Colorado, it's just, we don't run in mud that much. It's surprising. It's pretty dry here. We deal with hills, but the mud was just different, and it doesn't rain during our races either. If anything, it'll snow like 1 week a year. It just works out that way usually. So yeah, definitely, it was different for sure, and trying to navigate the course, which was extremely slippery at the time.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It was really, and the mud is really thick too, and saw a lot of people, some of the runners falling down, and also people just people are watching, just running, across the other place, and just all slip into.
Oh, so, yeah. It was just like a slip and slide. I think that's a good way to describe it. The times were a lot slower, obviously, and then the hills would get really torn up, and you'd lose traction on them. About a K into the race, a girl's spike went straight through my shoe and through my sock, just barely missed my foot. And I had the spikes that they gave us, they're like plastic almost, just to keep out the rain and the mud. So it was crazy that her spike went all the way through my shoe. So if she had spiked me, it would have been a worse situation. But it was just through my shoe and my sock, and that was it. But yeah.
Did that last that little small hill at the end, did that hit you hard?
Yeah. I'm not the best at running hills. Yeah, but. So I think at the end, which is when I normally kick, that's probably one of my strengths when I run. It just kind of just like a blow, and you're so close to the finish line. You're kind of almost crawling up the hill at that point. Yeah, so those are tough. they look. I think they look tough when on television when people are watching it, and it just looks slow. And it is. It's exactly how it is. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah, like the weather was pretty surprising. Just because like the day before, like the weather was really nice. The course, you know, for the pre-run, like the course was really nice. And it was nice and sunny. But all of a sudden, it's just like it has to be like the next day, the day of NXN, where it's gonna be rainy and all messy.
Yeah, it was. We woke up and it was rainy and freezing, and I love the rain. So I think that part of that is what made it really fun, and that's one of the reasons I love running in Oregon or running at NXN is because it's rained the last couple of years,
Sure.
And it's been cloudy. And I love that weather, so
Sure.
definitely different. But yeah, after the race, I was so cold. Never been so cold.
Yeah, I love the course. It's really beautiful, especially the trees.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And just the
So
environment as well. What would you say is your favorite runner, or yeah, do you have a favorite runner, and do you look up to any specifically?
Sure, yeah. I think when I was growing up, or just kind of when I started running, it was Jenny Simpson. I love Jenny
Okay.
Simpson. And
Nice.
it's not, I still love her a lot. And just kind of how she holds herself in the spotlight is just amazing and how humble she is. But recently, my strength coach is actually the coach for Tim Manley, or one of the strength
Oh,
coaches
cool.
for Tim Manley.
Nice.
So I've been able to just kind of to be around those guys a little bit, and I think they're really inspiring, and it's been pretty neat to be just kind of around those people for sure.
Sure. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I've been watching their YouTube videos, and it's inspiring. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's motivational. So
Yeah, we see them a lot actually around here. They use our track pretty often.
oh, nice.
So that's always just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, there's such beasts like Drew Hunter and like I know like Sydney. So yeah, very
Yeah,
good.
yeah, Sam Parks, yeah. All amazing runners for sure, and people.
That's cool. So are they close, like based on where you live, or from your school?
So they are based out of Boulder. Boulder is about 20 minutes from where I live, but about 10 to 15 minutes from Niwot. So it's just, we're all in that running hub pretty
Got it.
much. And yeah, so they're from the Boulder area, and they come and use our track, especially during quarantine, because that was word got out pretty quick that that track didn't have a fence around it. So yeah, we see them pretty often at the track, as well as Emma Coburn and their group.
Oh, that's right.
They kind of come out there too. Yeah, and my teammate Cruz Culpepper, former teammate, he doesn't run with us anymore.
Okay.
Is running with that group of the New Balance.
Oh, cool. Nice, nice. Yeah, and Danny Jones just joining their team.
Yep,
Yeah.
Danny, so you're around too. Yep.
That's cool. Yeah, Cruz. I think he's running a mile this month. And this month.
Yeah, I heard something about that. I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, probably.
All right. Are you part of like any clubs at school?
Not really. I think just running takes up such a big chunk out of my day and it's a big part of my life. So that is kind of my club in a way. I don't have time for anything else. I in IB and AP classes, so as soon as I get home, that's what I work on.
Got it.
In the school year.
If you could have food with 3 people living or dead, who would it be?
I don't think about it. So are we talking runners or
Anybody.
Anybody, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I am really into indie music. So,
Oh, cool.
and a lot of just kind of older music, new wave kind of stuff, dark wave. That's what my dad listened to when he was younger, and so he's kind of been just kind of introducing me to that sort of stuff, and I enjoy it. So I think David Bowie. It'd be really cool to sit down with him. Who else? I'm trying to think. Yeah, it's hard to kind of stray away from like runners and musicians for me because those are the people that I kind of.
So you can add them in too.
Yeah. So David Bowie, for a runner, Jenny Simpson probably. That'd be cool to talk to her. I don't know about the third person. I don't know. Yeah, I'll have to think about that.
It's all good. Yeah, we talk about like really enjoy indie music. What are some of your favorite artists, other favorite artists in like music you like to listen to? And is there a specific song that that's is your jam right now?
Sure, yeah. So I listen to a lot of different stuff. It's a lot of the stuff that people really don't. I feel like don't know about. It's kind
Okay.
of it's the underground
Mhm.
music is a term for it. But yes, but I do like Arcade Fire. I don't. You might be familiar with that. And the National. Those are probably the two bands today that I listen to the most. But I listen to like Tame Impala and 83 a little bit too, MGMT just a little bit. Yeah, so I think those are some bands I can think of that I think you might be familiar with, maybe.
No, I don't. Are they old? I'm more like current. So yeah.
Oh yeah,
Are they
well,
are they
Arcade
current?
Fire and the National and all the other bands that I listen to are pretty current. But
Oh,
what do
okay.
you listen to?
Oh, just mainly like hip hop, oh, all sorts of music, just Christian music, hip hop, rap, instrumental, electronic. So yeah,
Oh, cool. Yeah, I listen to some
and like
electronic too.
pop as well. So yeah,
Nice, nice.
yeah, I haven't heard of them. Wait, which
Yeah,
genre
I
are
know.
they?
I'm not surprised. A lot of people don't know. But yeah,
Okay.
indie music. Yeah, it's just like independent music or alternative.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah, that's that. They go in that same kind of group.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Nice, nice. How about towards movies? Like, what are some of your favorite movies?
Uh, I I like sci-fi, so I watch some
Oh, cool.
sci-fi stuff. But yeah, I don't think I have a favorite movie. Um, we watched Parasite last night.
Nice. I love
First
Parasite. I
night.
saw it 2 times. So yeah.
You saw it twice? I don't
Yeah.
think I'm gonna watch it again.
Oh,
Yeah, no, that was good. The 1917,
oh yeah, that's so good.
that was
Sure.
amazing. And we watched kind of how they filmed it. We
Yeah, I saw.
watched the clip a bit. Yeah,
Yeah, I saw
on
the
how they.
documentary. Hmm.
Sorry?
Yeah, I saw like the behind the scene documentary. Super
Yeah,
inspiring. It's
yeah.
mind blowing.
It was just so good. It was amazing.
Yeah.
So those are probably the recent ones. Um, but I like Oblivion. I don't know if you've heard of that.
Yeah,
But
Tom Cruise, right?
yeah, Tom Cruise. Yeah, I like that movie.
Nice, nice. Yeah,
Mhm.
for sure. 1917. Like after watching the movie, like just got a headache of it. Just got a headache because it's like so mind blown how they like filmed it in one continuous shot and try to make the transition like hidden.
I
So,
know. Yeah. And yeah, I don't know how they did it, and
Yeah.
they explain it. I'm just like,
Right.
how can these brilliant minds just
Right.
think like that,
And just
right?
really like so much planning, especially just like acting and just like and it's really hard to just act like that one continuous. I don't think they're even acting. It's like they're just the character and just like maybe improving, but just really inspiring. So that's really
It
cool.
is. Yeah.
So,
Uh-huh.
but how about Parasite? Did you enjoy it?
I did. I did. People had warned me about kind of some plot twists, so I saw
Oh
it coming,
man.
but my parents had no idea. So my mom was just like, "What? What just happened?" Because it happened so quick. But at the
Right.
same time, I found it interesting, just how just those little bits of tension that they added in before kind of the bomb dropped in a way.
Yeah.
And yeah. So it was brilliantly done. I think it was really
Sure.
cool.
Yeah, I'm a
But
huge fan of the
definitely not the type of movie that I would normally watch.
Mhm.
But I have an appreciation for just like the artistry of just filmmaking
Mhm.
and whatnot. So I'll watch those kinds of movies anyway.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Boon Joon-ho. He's super talented and very creative.
Yeah.
Because he has a other film, I think it's on Netflix, called Okja with Jake Gyllenhaal and Tilda. So yeah,
Oh.
it's pretty interesting. But yeah, he's yeah, like and oh yeah, you should watch his other film called Snowpiercer. It's really good. It's with Tilda and what's his name? No, Chris Evans. So yeah,
I think I've heard of
it's
that.
about it's like about social class. Like with Parasite social class as well. With
Right.
you know, but it's like going vertical, but it's horizontal for Snowpiercer because like the back of the train they're trying to take over and go
It's
in
a
the front.
train. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
It's really good. It's pretty violent, but it's a good message and good story.
I
So,
I think my dad mentioned it as a movie that we wanted to watch over quarantine, but we had never gotten to it. Yeah, that sounds really interesting. I
Yeah.
will probably watch that.
yeah, it's great to see just especially Asian representation, just like how successful it is in America with Parasite, and it's amazing to
Yeah,
see it.
yeah,
So yeah.
that's great. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I also recommend two films because you have Hulu, right? Because you saw Parasite, right?
No, we
No.
got it on Apple TV. I have
Oh okay.
Netflix.
Netflix. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I recommend a film called Arrival. It's with Jeremy Renner
I've seen
and
it.
you seen it? Do
Hmm.
you like it?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay, nice.
I like it a lot. Yeah, yeah. What's the other one?
Well, you don't have Hulu, so I was mentioning it's called Minding the Gap. It's really good. It's my
I'm
favorite
sure I
film.
can find it and rent it on it. Okay, I'll have to remember these.
Yeah, it's really good. Minding the Gap. It's like a film about um, it's a really pretty deep film too. It's like talk about it's mainly about life and adolescent and these yeah these guys going to like adult life and really like they deal with abuse from their father and how skateboarding really takes away their it's kind of coping just way and take away the pain and also just it really focuses on really big themes and topics like masculinity and just like the abuse in the family and just like parenthood and just being a
Mm.
father. So it's a really beautiful film.
Yeah,
Yeah,
engaging sounds like.
for sure. It's very moving.
Yeah.
What are some of your biggest hobbies and things that you like to do in your free time besides running?
I really like photography, so I
Oh,
enjoy
nice.
taking pictures. Yeah, and I think quarantine provided me the opportunity to kind of look into that a little more and just enjoy being outside and taking some pictures. Besides that, there's not much. I just run. I just love it so much, but that's kind of my main focus. And yeah, so photography for sure. Um, yeah, that's probably my main hobby.
Got it. And how do you like to spend good quality time with your family, especially during this time, spending having a lot of time with your with your family?
Yeah. So my dad and I share that love for indie and alternative music. So that's something that we've been able to kind of do a deep dive into some of that, which has been really fun. We going up to the mountains. We hiked and went on mountain biking together. That's another thing that my family enjoys doing.
Cool.
And watching movies. That's another thing. So yeah.
It's awesome. And the last question, and also a deep one. What do you want your legacy to be in life?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure yet. Yeah, I think it's just important to enjoy life and find something, whether it's a career or a hobby or athletics, that you just enjoy doing, and that it's a commitment and that it's challenging, but it's rewarding and that I'm able to enjoy it. So just I think whatever career or whatever wherever just life takes me, that's something that's really important to me. It's just I want to enjoy it and be around people that are like-minded, that are just like have a great group of friends, and which I have right now. And yeah, I guess just take it a step at a time, but enjoy it.
Got it. Well, Taylor, thank you so much for taking time for this interview. I really appreciate it, and it was a pleasure interviewing you, and appreciate this conversation. Yeah,
Yeah,
thank
thank
you.
you so much. This was a
My
lot of
pleasure.
fun, and I'm glad we were able to do it, and despite complications before. And yeah, I really appreciate it. Thank
For
you
sure.
so much.
My pleasure. All right, take care.
All right,
Bye.
you too. Bye.